Okay, so this is pretty crazy. Check this out. So I'm trying to get things working locally on my desktop because the simple fact of the matter is it got a little crazy yesterday. Docker brought down the virtual machine over and over and over. And I really need to get out of the virtual machine thing. Just working with virtual machines sometimes is okay, but all the time, not so good. So I'm trying to get this sized accordingly. So as you can see currently, that's my full desktop on my ultra wide. Now if I go to, this size, that's half the desktop. Oh, I know what I can do. I can do half the desktop. And then, it might be perfect if I just do half the desktop. And let's say I bump it up to this size, right? So now it's a little bit more readable. And I still have chat over here to the side. Boom, like this. I'm over here doing and talking about whatever. There's our little, maybe I'll move the counter up to the top like that. That is itty bitty. Maybe I'll just leave it down here after all. Like so. Okay. And then the events are going to be overlaid. Alerts are basically going to be center screen still. And I think that's that. I think that's how I'm going to organize that. Getting rid of one of my other views. And I still have this view. This is still going to be one of my main speaking to you views. Yeah, so that and this one. I think this will be the main two views. And then let's get some pretzel tunes rocking here. Where are the pretzel tunes? I don't seem to hear them at all. So see, there's a tune playing Tiasu. Headphones. I got the volume turned up. So a little bit more experimentation here. Let's try this again. So we got pretzel, Twitch dialogue. Still nothing coming out of any speakers. Oh, it comes out of the regular stuff. Oh, am I? I guess I just gotta unplug this again. Always with some audio crap, I swear. Well, I got it now. Some Twitch crap was playing. And I don't know. Okay, now we're fighting with audio again. But we are going to get this figured out. Ah, there we go. Now we got tunes going, right? Yeah. So I had to go select and unselect the audio. That's what I had to do. But now we're rocking. Cool. Okay, with all that done, we can get going with the other bits now, finally. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. Get back into the code here. Okay, so today's objectives. What are today's objectives? Let's see here. I'm going to actually create a file. And let's do a scratch file of... No, I just want a scratch file. Come on. Don't make me do crap. Is there a markdown? Yeah, markdown. That's what I want. Cool. Okay. So I don't need both. Yeah, there we go. So, notes. Oh, maybe I should do it this way. Yeah. Oh, and let's get in here and get this locally set. Settings. Font. Let's get this moved up to 18. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's more readable. At least a little bit more readable. Not entirely, but a little bit. So let's actually get in there and we'll do 20. And then let's do a search for fonts. Yeah, so there's general. Yeah, control with the font wheel. Okay, fallback font. I don't care about. Dracula, I guess, is good for now. Console font. Use font instead of the... no, I'll stick to the 20. Hopefully it'll use that, though. Okay, that looks like everything. That looks like everything I need to set. Oh, I like this tune. This is a good tune. It's Black Souls Life Force. That's what it's called. Yeah, a little bit of all that modern stuff. The 8-bit, the not 8-bit. Yeah. All right. That's cool. So now let's get back into Go here, or into our IDE. And today's mission. Actually, I'll just do this. Today's notes. Okay, let's number 1. Get the dev environment set up locally, not using a virtual machine. Check. Second thing, get the IDEs. Yeah, that's right. Set up for use locally to build and develop against all projects that are under development, which includes, of course, C data stacks is C#, our, and the respective Casma project. Twits, trucks. And then what else we need to do? Oh yeah, get twits up and running effectively with modules. I don't know if I have modules enabled on this machine yet. Start off right now with some of this though. Let's see here, what do we got? We got Go version. Go version. There we go, 1.11.5. So we could get modules working on here pretty easily. But then of course the other question is, like, do we want to have them running? Some of my channels still say that I'm not actually streaming. Oh no, I'm streaming. No. Looks good. So getting it checked out here. Okay. Looks like we're good. Checking audio too. All right. Looks like we're all set. All right. So we got that on, and then let's see here. Now, how can I easily switch to the IDE though? I need to set that up. So oh, that almost does it. Yeah, okay. There we go. All right, now you can see what I'm trying to browse, so I can show you stuff. Shit. What was I about to do? Oh yeah, go enable modules. You just set a variable. I don't remember what it is though. Initial prototype. Now it's da da da. Please provide feedback on modules via outside of your Go path. Right. Go mod. No, it's enable Go modules. Maybe that's what it is. It's the same damn thing. Come on. Right, so it's on? Wait, and it's not on though. I love it when the docs basically don't tell you how to turn a damn thing on, even though you need to turn it on. Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go... Okay, currently this project is in that location. But let's go... Oops, what did I do? Come back here. There we go. All right, what I'm going to do is... Let's see here. Go out to the root here. Go into codes. This is what I usually put my projects in, except Go projects traditionally, because I've had to deal with the Go path dependency mess. So let's actually get clone. Whoops, now I need to know. Let's see, what is it? CD go source. No, CD go source GitHub. All right, now we can do git remote -v. That'll give us our path where it's at. Then I can go over here, go back into this, and then git clone that path, right? Or this URI. So I'm going to just copy that and then paste it in here. And then I'm going to actually take this Scratch bit. Actually, I don't know. Maybe that'll stay open. I'm not used to using Scratch stuff. Oh, so you can't see this dialog. That's stupid. Anyway, it's just an open dialog. And I'm navigating to... Let's here, just Golan. Actually, let's do CD twits. There we are. So then Golan dot. No? Yeah, I'm not super happy with the command line thing for the IDEs from JetBrains right now, because they integrated it into the toolchain app that does the installations and manages all that for you, but it doesn't consistently put the command line tool back in. So like here, it says, yeah, see here, it says launch script is now managed by the Toolbox app. But the thing is I have it turned on and it's not putting it in there. Like I can't type Goland. It doesn't know the command's there. Obviously the IDE is installed. We're looking at the IDE right now, literally. So that's kind of freakish. Anyway, Twits is right here. And I'm going to open up the open dialog and get into the /code/twits path. Okay, so we're going to open it in this window. And there we go. Okay. So we have this in the new path. Okay. So now, let me get in here. Can you see settings? No, you can't see settings either. This is another one of the million reasons why I was using a freaking virtual machine. I'm going to end up back in a virtual machine. So anyway, I'm going to go into settings here, and you can't see settings for whatever reason. It's right here. If you open up settings yourself, and let's see here, I'm going to go in. There's got to be a way to do this. So I'm going into the Go root, Go path. It has a Go path set, but that doesn't make any difference. And I'm enabling Go modules in the IDE. This is what I'm doing. So now I should, create Go mod. There we go. Okay, it created that for me. Module twits. Sweet. So then let's see if I can do Go build. Yeah, magic. So theoretically, this should get the build done. How are we doing? Expected package found in the file in... What the hell is that? I don't need either one of those things. So let's get real crazy. We're going to go into go, again, source. CD GitHub, list, CD Adrian, list, and then remove twits from here altogether. So it's gone. All right. So now get back into codes, twits, get in here, go build. Okay. Oh, I know what it probably is. So if I go... That's not it. So command, Cassie. Let's look at the imports. Line 2. See what happens if I do that. And then schema, core twits, schema. I don't even know what's in schema. Oh yeah, that's it. That's one of the new files I built. We'll get to that in a second though. Let's try to build that. What do you mean found? Okay, so I guess there is this weird funky path. Yeah, probably not supposed to do this. Using God mode already. But we're going to find out here in just a second. What? Ah, Jiminy frickin' cricket. Let's see about go build and package with modules enabled. There's twits. Let's see what that says. Yeah, okay, go extracting blah. Yeah, that don't exist anymore, buddy. There's another broken bit. Okay, let's do git reset hard. Oops. Git reset. What the? Octopus versus Pentagon? That's a weird title. Oh, whoops, I'm in the wrong place. Oh, I don't know why I wrote that. It's a totally different thing now. But it says it can't. What? Yeah, let's delete schema. You don't need to be there. Now let's try this. Oh, weird. Hey, what? What? Hey, look at there. Okay, so I don't have my local environment set, but this is set. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. All the good bits are set. So let's add module support. Let's get rid of this junk. I knew it worked something like that. I'm gonna have to go back through with the linter and get all of that trash fixed. So get status, remove twits. Oh, I have it in the ignore file anyway. So git add, git commit, added the added modules support with respective files and settings. Oh, that's not what I'm working on. I'm working on twits. Let's go to twits. Builder. Oh, we're running. Oh, maybe I need to take the depth version out. Let's go check that out. Wait, Travis.yaml. So probably need to go back to here. Let's see your documentation. So enable Go modules. So I think auto should just work for this, right? Don't y'all think? Isn't that what it's supposed to be? That's what that seems to say. Travis. That should be good enough for now, huh? We'll let it sort itself out here. Gonna go ahead and commit that though. What? Oh yeah, whatever. Weird refactoring command. Removing old build elements around go dep. All right, that looks like it should have the right bits in there. Yeah. I really don't know why these take so long to build. Come on. Oh, something broke. Whatever. I ain't messing with it over here. If anything, I'm gonna move it over to Azure DevOps or whatever that thing is. All right, let's get back in here. Make some progress. Give me just a second. Gotta give me some keys again. Let's do edit configuration. Oh, that should be fine. Why is it fussing? Debug. Can't find package twits. Well, if I do... Here, let's actually do this. I'm getting rid of this because I'm going to pull it out of Travis for now. We're going to get it over to DevOps. And I definitely want to get... Yeah, we need to get the keys in here, but we need to get a good build going on. Why can't it find... So do you know how to do go build? Oh, output directory. So I wonder if... Oh, maybe this actually needs to go here? Is that what it is? You're frustrating me. All right, well, let's go back to this. What the hell? Oh, she wanted to be arrested. That's kind of hilarious. Maybe it says something here. Sometimes you look for something and it's just not available. Ah, here we go. That's useless. Yep, still useless. Okay. Let's just poke around in here for a bit and see if we can't figure this out. Weird, froze up for a second. Package path. Oh, is package path... Package path needs to be... You know, we're just gonna... Yeah. Not real happy with this situation. Not at all. So we still have this though. Yep. And then let's see if we can do open. No, not SSH. Bash RC. There we go. Oh, funny. Those are not the updated ones, though. All right, getting into developer.com here. Bear with me. Just going to get logged in here in a second. So I'm going to bounce you over here. Okay. We're cooking here. And I should be able to do a go build and then twits config, right? Yep. Okay. There's my keys. So that looks good. So now whoops, there we go. I'll pull up my Twitter just so we can use that to reference against. And all my rando stuff here. All right, back into IDE. And we're just gonna run this from here then. So twits, parse. Where are the tweeters? Okay, so that should, there it is. There's the file. I did that fine. So then it's twits. This other command. Oh yeah, twits. Find them. Does not have access token. What? Let's see what this does. Oh yeah, that's gonna fail because okay, well we're gonna get the right running. Okay, so we know that we can parse the file. The file is located right here. Okay. And we're gonna actually, let's delete this just to get it out of there, not to be confused. And then we need to set up this migration stuff. So we have up, down, dev up, dev down. And I wonder if So really the question now is, I probably should set up some integration tests to build out and test the Cassandra cluster, or to test that we have read writes, to test the schema, to implement the schema migration. The question is do I want to do that, or do I want to do another thing? I don't know. This is a harder question than I thought it was going to be. Key space twits does not exist. No, I'm gonna stick to this for a while. We're just gonna do dev up, dev down, basically a manual build out. And right now, let's see here. What do we got? Network list. Do you have anything? Oh wow, got a bunch of crap on here. So Docker network. Let's remove trucks net. And Docker network remove new proj migrations. Docker network remove dev twits. There we go. That's nice and clean. So let's take a look at Docker images. Got nothing running. Images look like that. So let's actually get rid of these. Docker remove Cassie. Sandra node. Oh, did that require a twits? Docker node. Docker PM. Remove Cassie trucks. There we go. So Docker PSA. All right, we got nothing on here. No network, no nothing. And we should be able to run. Just cleaned it up real quick. Sorry, I didn't have that on screen. But yeah, so I have my dev up, which should create all that network stuff. And then I have the build this node stuff. And that includes inception, which creates the key space. And then create table, which, oh, it doesn't have a thing. Let's see here. All right, so create table looks like this. And I believe I think this is actually a functional one. So we're going to grab this sucker. And get that in our SQL up table. But we're not going to call it this. It's twits. Twitter accounts. Yeah, and then primary key these things. And we'll go with username string, and then nick string. Well, that's what we're going to start with. Use ClickHouse. No, that's Apache Cassandra 2, thanks. Oh, I did this backwards. String Nick. There we go. Did I not? Oh, I didn't do it backwards. I did it right. What's it fussing about? Oh, is it? It's text. Derp. There we go. Okay. There's our create table, our down Twitter accounts. Drop table, that one. There we go. Okay. And then Decimate's going to bring down the key space, basically everything. Oh, key twits. Whoops. Twits. There we go. Oh, what's my... Well, we'll see what we get here. So let's get into schema migrations. And then we'll do dev up. So now we have a Docker network. We should. Dev twits, yep. And then we have container running with the node. Sweet. Perfect. Okay. So then this is probably going to need to be run manually. Because last I checked, yeah, this is probably not going to work. What do you work? Hey, Lily. I am working on... So I don't know if you were watching yesterday, but yesterday I kept nuking my virtual machine. Pretty hardcore. Because what I was doing was trying to write a unit test where I would spin up a Docker container for every unit test and then destroy that Docker container. Yeah, and it wasn't working so great. So I was like, all right, it's in a VM though. So that's one of the reasons it's nuking itself. I'm sure it's warping the memory or something like that, and blowing out CPU. So it's like, just forget it. I'm going to take it out of that, and I'm going to get everything running locally again. And right now, I'm getting the Twits app running locally on my machine. So this is now running on my local machine with no virtual machine running. If anything nukes now, the whole stream's going to go down. And yeah, so far I've been making a little bit of progress, but I'm not sure what works exactly and what doesn't. Yeah, exactly. Back to hard mode. And I get the full resources at least of all 32 gigs of memory, all 12 core things, and the i7 processor, all that kind of jazz. I swear I should get sponsored by this new thing called Bang. Whoops, where is it? There it is. Bang. All right, check this out. This is the kind of stuff that's going to end up like killing off half of humanity, I swear. So there it is. It says potent brain and body fuel. Right, so this is basically a monster with stuff that's like even more crazy. And I don't know if it's going to focus, but let's see if we can get a focus on that. Come on, camera. There it goes. So some crazy stuff. Vitamin B12, niacin, vitamin B6, vitamin C, magnesium. And then if you look down at the bottom there, I don't even know what some of that stuff is. The L-leucine, isoleucine, L whatever, Q10, something CoQ10, methylcotamine. That's the B12. That stuff's hardcore. Then of course, they actually wrote the CoQ10, ultra CoQ10 they say, and then super creatine, like all this brain chemical stuff, and BCAA aminos. But I figured it's Thursday, And I'm not going to drink another one of these for like 4 days. So what the hell? I'd have one. Give it a try. And if you've ever had the blue Slurpee, is it blue Slurpee? Blue Slushy? Yeah, it's sugar-free. It's sweet. It's super sweet though, so it's kind of freaking me out. But what's the Slurpee slushy thing? It's here. I'm gonna find it real quick. Blue Slushy. Yes. Yes, like this. This is what it tastes like. It tastes like blue slushy. Misty slush. Blue misty slush. It's not even a freaking flavor. Yeah. Oh, here. Blue raspberry slushy. I guess it's raspberry, even though raspberries are pink. Here's some more. Blue, green, and purple flavor. I love flavors that are colors. Makes no sense. Hey, red, white, and blue. I could get some of the other ones. Like a week ago, I tried this other one. See, it's a different... It's red, white, and blue. But today, for this week, I'm trying just the blue one, which I guess is blue raspberry slushy flavor. So anyway, it's like free advertisement. But yeah, they should sponsor me. I'm sure like 1,000 people would watch me program if I had a sponsorship for Bang, a super brain drink, or whatever it is. They're gonna find that, and it's gonna become the advertisement. Brain, bang, super drink. But yeah, so anyway, that's what I'm doing right now. Trying to get that stuff figured out. So far everything's going pretty smooth. But yeah, as you were saying, you were struggling. I'm struggling. The barista was struggling. The people at the sandwich shop, they took like 20 minutes to make my sandwich today because they were like, oh, they might have been stoned. Actually, it's, Seattle. I don't know. It could have been stoned or just, I don't know. The difference between stoned and like evening tiredness, it's like a thin line of separation there. So let's see here. Where is, oh, it's wrong thing. I set my screens up different too, so now my screens are a little off kilter because everything was focused around having a precisely sized 1920 by 1080p virtual machine that was on the screen, right? And then like everything else was to the side. So now my app is like, the only way I know how to size it really is a specific way on the screen, left centered, which means it gets the full like 3480 by 1440, like half of 3480 and then the 1440 height. So yeah, they were pretty chill and entertaining, that's for sure. Kind of tripping. The lady that took my order was just like, "Hey, I'm tired too. I'm blah, blah, blah." And then the dude was like, "What's up, man? I'll get your sandwich in just a second. It'd be awesome." And I was like, all right, cool. I'll get my sandwich from you in just a second. And he made it. Then I left. Then I ate it. Then I felt like I was going to fall asleep. And I went and got this drink. And now I'm wired. So, now I got to find the other window. I'm totally not used to this yet. All right. So yeah, and then I just started up my environment. So I have my Docker network, my dev twits, and then I have my Docker container running, which is dev Cassandra twits. That's what it's called. And now I wanted to run my migration. So I'm going to try to run it. Oh, but I need to run my inception first. So my inception creates my key space that I'll create my tables in. But I should probably make a connection first. So let's do this. Oh yeah. So I need, before that though, I have my, oh, this is the IP. Wait, is that the IP? That's like the freakiest IP. Did I actually make it that? That seems like a weird IP to use. Huh. Looks like it. So here we go. Let's create. Oh, so here's another thing that's total shit. So I go in here. Yeah, you can't see the connection dialog. None of the dialogues in GoLand work. So like right now I'm downloading the driver and then I'm putting in the IP and then I'm testing it and it works. Yep, okay. So I have my connection. So now if I right click, yeah, so I'm right clicking Inception, the Inception CQL file, and then I'm saying run.cql, selected the database connection, and I run it. And you see the results right there, right? So then if I do the same thing, so I wonder what it's using. It's using the driver or something to execute the CQL is what it's doing. Well, let's create the tables and get that working. Oh, and I'm still showing the wrong screen, aren't I? I'm not showing the code. Or no, I am showing the code. My little monitor that I have in front of me, which is my iPhone. See, it's showing the wrong crap. I'm super confused today. See, like when it focuses, you'll see. Yeah, see, it's showing me a browser still. I don't know. It's just not working. Whatever. So I was trying to do that so I could see autonomously if I had chat messages. But the app is just kind of crap. Yeah, it's super delayed. But I also have, like, in the browser, see if I come over here, this is only a few seconds off. Like, see, you can see our chat log, who's hosting me. There's my window. See, like, I'm showing this right now. So it's pretty in sync. Looks like just a few seconds, matter of fact. Oh, well. Anyway, this is definitely a learning session today. Trying to get this figured back out how to make it work this way. Yeah, the phone is just crappy. The connection's just not good, I guess, or something. But anyway, back in here. So I got that one to run. And then if I run the next bit, that should just run. Oh, whoops, yeah. Well, let's do this. Let's create an actual table. Key space. Oh yeah, and then I got to do another. There we go. Keys. Yes, we'll do 1, 2. Column 1 will be ID, UID. And then we'll do one with the username. And then we're going to do this and make this new table key like that. Oh yeah, make it primary key, ID username. So it's going to include both of them. Yep, that's right. So create table. Blah, blah, blah. And this. Yep. And let's do this. Paste it in. For this, we'll call it twits. That's in the key space. And then Twitter accounts. Well, that looks like it created it. And then to tear it down, we'll have, yeah, twits.Twitter accounts. Why is it saying? Well, whatever, we're going to try to run this one. Okay, that worked. And then we'll tear it down. Okay, that tore it down. Putting it back. So how's your day going today, Lily? Aside from the tiredness. Getting things done? Kicking ass, taking names? Oh yeah, the quotes project. Cool. Shoot me a link, and I'll tweet it and stuff too. Why won't it show the key space? Come on, there's got to be a way to refresh this crap. So if I disconnect, which I did, and then reconnected, yeah, that's not it. God, I got a gap in my tooth. Oh well. I do not get that. So I guess I'll make another connection here. So I always have to do this, and I'm not sure what the deal is. So like I have to go in and make one for, 172.19.0.10, which is one I already made. But then I got to go in and I got to make one to connect to the Twit's key space, right? So now that I do this, oh, and again, you can't see the freaking dialogue. I got to figure out what's up with that. So there you can see I've created it though, and it's connected to the key space of Twits. And now it shows the key space here. But this one that's connected to the same server won't update the damn key space and put it in here, even if I sit here and refresh it. But this one, see, it's now here. It's got the table and everything, right? Cool. Ooh, fun. I got some badass packages coming. Can't wait to show everybody too. It's a bass guitar and an Ampeg amp. Okay, so that is running. Oh, I wonder if I can do... I just had this crazy idea. Let's give this a try. We're going back to dual monitor support here. I'll probably nuke the whole thing in just a second. I don't know if this will do it or not. So single display, join displays. Do this, okay. And now I gotta physically move my stuff around some. But you're getting your package anyway, so this won't interrupt you watching anything I'm doing. So yeah, let's do this. Okay. Oh my God. The screen is so small over there. This is going to get super flaky for me for a second. Oh yeah. Everything on my screen is giant. Oh, you can see it here. It jumbled it up big time. But let's see. Oh yeah, I'm totally going to resize it based on this. Yep. Let's see. Moving stuff around. Give me a minute here. Things are going to get, oops. Turn my headphones off for a second. Can't hear myself. Or y'all. Okay. Well, I didn't even need to do that. I'm such a dummy sometimes. Just leave all this junk all wound up. And then so let's see here. If I put this, okay, it's gonna get all crazy here. Right here. Oops. I could do this. No, there. Yeah. I killed my headphones and now nothing. I can't hear nothing again. We're just gonna go with the sound and the microphone completely analog today and see where we get. So actually, I'm gonna put this back where it was here. And we're gonna try this crazy shit. Oh, this is gonna get nuts. This is gonna get so nuts. In there? Yeah. Okay. Oops. There we go. And then the pigeons are doing a dirty on the window seal again. So my new window has pigeon activity, which is crazy. Okay, there we go. All right. Some stuff. I'm working on getting it resized correctly. Which, okay, here's the, oops. Give me just a second here. And you're gonna get a whole screen in just a second. Full laptop screen. Oh, snap. Whoa. Oh, I think I have to, oh no, there it goes. Okay. Yes. This is insane. This is totally insane now. Now the question is though, okay, so as you can see the code window though, oh my god, it's way better. It's way freaking better. But it's the size of unreadableness. And if I get out of that, yeah, okay, so you get the Twitter and everything now. So I think what I'm going to need to do is actually restart the tool environment here. But see, like I can do this, take this, and move this clean out of all this mess. Yeah, okay. And then if I go over here, to devices, yeah, so this is 34. This is that one. What is this? 300, 300, 400? What is it, like Linux can't do math now? Oh, let's see if I can do. Resolution. Am I going to. Let's see what this does. Oh, look at there. Stuff is crazy now. Let me get it back to 100. I think we almost got it figured out. Oh, now I just nuked my main screen. It's going back. I wonder what all this looks like while I'm flipping around on it. It's kind of funny. Almost there. Almost, I think. Just like a big blank screen now. Oh, the desktop is the right size though. Yeah, okay. This is looking right. So if I put this over here, oh, wait, what the heck, foobar? Oh, there we go. If I do this, actually, I don't even know where. Well, it's showing you the apply settings. Oh, it's showing you a frozen desktop from a few seconds ago, which I guess is the crux. Now let's see. Ah, there we go. Hey Lily, welcome back. I just decided to go full dual monitor again. I wasn't thinking straight. I have my entire laptop right over here, and I just put the dev environment over there so I can share the entire desktop and provide a full-on dev. Boom, there we go, IDE. So now, oh, look at there, perfect. This gives the dialogue. So like when I was running the code, this is what I was doing. I was selecting one of these things to run. And then over here with the connection, I would go into here, the data source, Apache Cassandra, and this is where I'd put in the IP and all that jazz. And then do the test connection and stuff. So that's what that was. Yeah, all right. So now y'all get the full effect again. Now I want it literally closer to me though. So get all these cords out of the way for a second. What is this one? Oh, this is. Here we go. Perfect. Oh, no, it's pulling crap out of all sorts of stuff. Oh, I don't want it that close. I'm pulling my cords out. Oh, this is so difficult sometimes. All right, but I got it. Okay, so now everything's actually working. So that's cool. I'm going to close that though. We're going to get back in here. The blog entry looks all right. Yeah. That's my last trip report down to DC for Accelerate 2019. I got a lot of stuff in there. That's the traffic jam at SeaTac. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think there are 14 planes in front of us. There's some of that first class life. Love it. Then I rode my bike from Reagan down here around this like psychopathic little road and then on the trail all the way down to Alexandria. As a river view, the Potomac, cool little place I stayed. There's our boot camp. Announced our new product, Data Stacks Constellation. That was super cool. Got a cool little video now too, which, let's see how this goes. Well, you can barely hear it. It's not that loud in the thing. I wonder what happens if I do this. Oh, it goes full screen. I don't know how you missed that. I've had a blog for a long time. It's got some good stuff in it. Trying to fix the sound on it. Hey, Customan. How you doing? Just watching some video that I made while I'm trying to tweak my settings a bit. I'm actually writing some Go code. Even though it clearly doesn't look like I'm writing any Go code. But in just a minute, I will be. And yeah, that was indeed a pancake machine. In SeaTac and First Class Lounge, they have a pancake machine, and you push the button, and it makes however many pancakes you push the button for. So like if you want 4, you just go boop, 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 and it makes 4 pancakes, and it just goes through the assembly line, and it's completely mesmerizing. I sit there and watch that thing every time I got to go fly anywhere. I go straight to the pancake machine, make like 4 pancakes, and then I go sit at the bar and watch airplanes land and take off. It's actually... Stuff's falling. It's actually super, super cool. And kind of just chill, mesmerizing. Get like a Moscow Mule. And, yeah, you know, that stuff. Yes, indeed. There it goes. Yeah, so that's in the blog. I got the keynotes in here. It goes being all... Audio's weird and flaked out. I think I need to somehow reset it. Everybody said hello to Lenadroid. Dave made a stoic face, even though he's a hilarious, jovial guy. But he likes to be real serious sometimes. You know, just be like, you know, duck lips. And then Billy, our CEO, gave an announcement on DataStax Constellation. It's pretty cool. I time pointed it here so people can watch it. Then Nate McCall, who lives down in New Zealand, I should say, because Zealand is actually like around Germany and Denmark and stuff. But anyway, he came out and talked about V4 of Apache Cassandra. And then I time pointed 2 parts of his talk. And then we had Karen Elazari, super cool individual. She came and talked about how to think like a hacker. Kind of a fun little tour through, what do you call it? History. A tour through history of hacking and everything. So she came and keynoted. That was super rad. And then I got some pictures in there of my trip back. Got me some French food. Well, some pseudo-French food. It's like American French food, which is not entirely like French food, I would say. It's good, though, anyway. So, you know, that's the main thing, right? It's good. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm trying to get the volumes. Now the volumes are all flaky again. Oh, I know what it did. Give me just a second here. Ha, it sure did. Damn thing. OBS reset my stuff when I was during all those resets of the IDE. I mean, of the user interface. So there we go. So now you should hear a little bit of pretzel rocks in the background. Maybe more now. Turn it down just a little bit to right there. Yes, but it depends on which ones. It depends on what you want to do, what you already code in, and just like in my personal opinion, which one would be most entertaining, right? Which one would be entertaining and educational? Like, what would bring value to you? Like, what do you code in right now, Customan? Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, even if you're super antisocial and don't like interacting with people, probably a good idea to start going to meetups because you can expand your network. And even if you don't really like talking to people, you at least get to know people in the community who can help you get work and find things and connect you to other people and companies that are doing things that you want to work on, right? Like, let's say you love airplanes, okay? And you love like just knowing where they take off, where they land, all that kind of jazz. There's a company in Portland that actually does tracking around that. And you can see where planes are geopositionally and all that kind of jazz. Super cool. And one way to get connected to that company is to go to meetups, because people from the company go to meetups and just talk about stuff they're working on, kind of like what I'm doing right now, except I'm on a Twitch stream, obviously, not at a meetup. Yeah. Oh, let's see here. So Ruby on Rails, JavaScript Vue, go sometimes, microservice. Yeah. So meetups are definitely useful, and they're low investment, right? You don't really have to pay anything to go to a meetup. You just need like gas money if you got to drive, or if you're in Portland or Seattle or something like that in the transit area, just jump the bus and you can get to the meetup, right? So that's the investment part of a local meetup, which is super cool. A conference, conferences can get tricky. Some are pretty inexpensive, or like being in high school or just in college, you usually can get like a freebie ticket or a pass or something just to at least get in and check it out and everything without having to pay the crazy fees that some of them have. Because like O'Reilly conferences, really great conferences, cover tons of material. A lot of it's really in-depth. Some of it's high level or abstract, or entry level, just a wide breadth of things. But they are hellishly expensive. Like if you just pay for a straight ticket, it's $2,000 something. But if you get like a scholarship ticket or a ticket for being a student, it can be like $100 or something. And it's more than worth $100. Scrounge up your money, or just find some programmer and tell them to give you $100. You want to go to OzCon. Somebody will hook you up. I mean, hell, bug me. I'll hook you up if you want to go to a conference. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, so MS Build in Seattle, I helped 6 people get into MS Build. 3, I didn't even know I was going to get the help, because when I got a ticket, which I got from, I don't know if I'm even supposed to say it, but I got to hook up from somebody at Microsoft. And with that ticket came 3 passes for students. So on the ticket sign up, it said, Adrian, thanks for signing up, blah, blah, blah. Sign up your 3 students. I'm like, who the hell are my 3 students? I don't know. And then ding, little light came on. And I reached out to some people I knew, and I was like, hey, who do you know that wants to go to MS Build? So I signed up 3 people. Then I pinged somebody else that I knew that got a pass that would have the 3 tickets. And I was like, hey, I got some other people that want to go. Hook them up. And all they had to do is put in their email and their name. Boom, sign up, and they got a ticket. So all you had to do was show up at the registration booth, which is just little iPads. You go in and you like type your name in or your email or something like that, and it prints you out a badge. Okay, and then you got a badge, you put it on a lanyard, and you're at the conference. And you don't have to do anything in particular at that point, but it's super fun. You just go and you can walk around the showroom floor, for example, and all that is like demos and people flying quadcopters, and they had like mini horses you could pet and shit. That was super rad, right? All this stuff at MS Build. And then, oh, hey, rarest Pepe of all and Code Phobia. Good to see y'all. Just chit-chatting about conferences and stuff. Kuskaman was asking if they are worth going to. So the short answer is yes, they're worth going to, especially early in your career, or if you're just interested in the technology. Like I would argue that conferences are the biggest value if you just have an interest. Because some people, like if they're just working and it's just a job to them, a conference is going to be a waste of time unless they're looking to specifically up level in a particular skill where they're training or doing something like that. But otherwise, like if you're interested in the technology, go to a conference and you'll get to talk to others that are doing like really hardcore deep dive stuff with the particular technology. And maybe you get in a conversation and you even help direct the path of the conference, right? Or not the conference, the technology itself. So from that perspective, conferences are a huge, huge value add, and just they're fun. And there's usually a fair number of parties. Sometimes they're 21 and over kind of shit because America, which always drives me nuts. But also there's a fair number of things where, because a lot of people have started saying, hey, I don't want to drink at every event. So they've started doing a lot of other things too. Like I think the last time they went to, they either did this during the day or one of the evenings where they went and they did like a foodie tour. Like I think 20 or 30 people from the conference went and did just a foodie tour of like Pike Place Market, went up to Cap Hill, a bunch of stuff like that. Super rad. I think it was like even comped by the conference. So, free food. Who hates free food, right? Super cool stuff. And also if you do like going to conferences, one way to get into more conferences, and this was my secret for a long time, is I would blog a couple blog entries about a conference. And then when I wanted to go to like the next conference or whatever, I would say, hey, check out my blog entries. I'm media. I want to get into the conference, and boom, I'd get in for free on a media pass, right? So sometimes I couldn't go see like the latest technology thing, but for the most part, I got to do workshops. I got to do talks. I got to go to the parties. I got to go do all that stuff. Super cool. And all I basically contributed was, hey, here's a blog entry, like my trip report. I was just talking about my trip report that I did of Accelerate 2019 in Washington, D.C. that DataStax put on. And I wrote a trip report. Now I got to go to that for free because I work for DataStax. So I got to go to DataStax's conference for free. It's like our conference. But this is basically what I would write, is stuff like this. And I mean, I'm just talking about, traveling to the thing, and then the stuff that we did, the first day with the boot camp and everything, and then the keynotes. And then if you go back, I got another one for the Velocity and Software Architecture Conference, all that stuff. Basically, if you get in as a speaker or you get in as media or whatever, they're free. Multi-$1,000 conferences become free then. What was the... You don't know PHP. What was the biggest meetup PHP thing? I know there's supposed to be a conference for PHP coming up real soon, but that's one of the ones that I just do not know. Last time I used PHP was in a year I don't even want to mention. It was 1998, just so y'all know. I had hair down to my kneecaps practically still. Okay, not that long. It was just down to my ass, but it was a long time ago. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, Cuskaman, conferences are definitely worth it. Unless you literally just don't want to spend the time, because it definitely, it takes some energy. You usually have to travel to it. Even if it's in your town, is it worth it having a blog? I would say hell yes. Because I've had this composite code blog for, I don't actually know how long I've had it. It's been a long time. It hasn't always been on this domain name. I think originally it was like adrian.me or something like that. But yeah, definitely have a blog. I would say a blog is higher return than even going to the conferences to some degree. It's like a 50-50. Because the thing is both will get your name and people will know what you're working on. And it's a way to know what you're interested in, because you just write about what you're interested in, right? It's not like you're doing a freaking book report. You're just like, hey, check this shit out I made. It's cool. I think it's cool. And then people see that and they're like, oh, that's what we need. Hey, here's 50 grand. Here's 100 grand. Do the thing. So a blog definitely over time will be a huge return on investment. For a bunch of months that nobody will probably notice it, but get a blog, tweet out the blog entries, Facebook out the blog entries, post stuff out there like that. Put it on Hacker News or whatever. And just talk about what you're interested in. And like little sample things that you're, little demos you're making, or if you're hacking on some IoT devices, whatever it is you're working on, do that. Major value add to the community and for you. Just don't get on Hacker News and talk about stuff like you know everything in the world, and you won't get bombarded by jackasses. So that's the one piece of advice on that. Just talk about what you're doing when you go to interview, because then you'll land good jobs. Hey, yeah, thanks for the follow there. Rarest Pepe of all. In a minute, Stream Elements will catch up, and you'll get the awesome, thanks for following sound thing. It's pretty cool. Front-end unit tests are super hard, dude. I bet Codephobia could probably give you some tips on that. I'm not much of a UI person either. I saw Codephobia on here just 5 seconds ago. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, honestly, UI is one of the hardest spaces, in my opinion, these days. Because, well, at least, if you're doing web stuff. If you want an easy time of it, in my humble opinion, is you figure out how to build one native UI for one OS or one mobile device, and you build that one. But I don't know. After learning 6 user interfaces and then getting slammed into the web world, I'm just I can't keep a UI framework model paradigm in my head for nothing anymore. Good response. Good response, Codephobia. That's how I feel too. I am not here. And I think I'm just chatting now because I don't even remember what the hell I was working on. I think it mostly was working anyway. Oh, I was trying to get the Go app running in the Twit stuff, but I was trying to get it to work outside of the virtual machine. As several of you know that have watched me do this before, I always use a virtual machine. But Docker was bombing it out so hardcore yesterday that I can't use it for this. I need to run it locally because I guess the threading was getting torqued or whatever in the virtual machine, and it was bringing down the virtual machine. The virtual machine would just crash every time I started more than a few Docker instances. And they're lean Docker instances. So don't give me this, you didn't do it right, Adrian. I know I didn't do it right because it don't do right for this. So. Angular test. I hadn't even written an Angular test. Yeah, well, the thing is native OS UI frameworks are usually easier to build consistently once you learn one. But the web, you might do Angular this month, and then next month you might have to do React. Then you might need to do Vue.js. And if you use Vue.js, you might end up doing it with React, or you might do it with Angular. And then, I don't know, if you get an app that's more than a couple years old, it might not have any of that shit. It might be some server-side generated something kablooey. And then, you have all that shit smacked into the app. So then you got 5 different frameworks and some server-side generated thing. You don't actually know where the HTML is generated from anymore. Anyway, I could go down this story, turtles, all the way into the depths of hell. So that's why I say, yeah, exactly. And then you could have jQuery unit tests on top of it all, like the icing on the meatloaf puke pie of dessert. And there's no way to trace through that shit very efficiently. So UI stuff is not my cup of tea most of the time, even though I do it because you got to have a UI. You got to have some way to interface with the user, right? Even if the user is yourself. That's also why I mostly write CLIs, because I don't have to think about the UI at all. But you don't get very far with that. So I think this new dual monitor setup though is gonna work. This is pretty badass. Speaking of, I'm gonna pull this back up and pull up this. Oh, you're liking the new Angular then? I did some stuff with one back in the day. I mean, I say back in the day. It's only like 3 years ago or something, right? But I haven't used the new one. I went straight to Vue.js. Vue.js honestly feels more like old Windows development or something. Oh, TypeScript too, huh? I'm a fan of TypeScript just because it makes it seem more like I'm writing C# or something. I don't have to like remember the JavaScript then, because I still have more C# implanted in my head than JavaScript, amazingly, for some reason. Does Vue.js not have good TypeScript support right now? I would think it would have not mattered, or I mean, not that it not mattered. It would have. I would have thought it would have had better. I would have thought it had good support just from the perspective that so many people at Microsoft are contributing to Vue.js. Because I know a lot of the Vue vixens are doing Vue.js stuff. And I think multiple of them are at Microsoft, and they contribute to core Vue.js, core and some of the major packages. And Microsoft, of course, does a ton of TypeScript stuff since it's kind of a Microsoft-originated thing. New Vue is going to look like React. New Vue is going to what? No, they ain't going to React it, are they? That'd be crazy sauce. Oh, speaking of that, hold on. I'll be right back in like just 5 seconds. I'm going to walk over to the table and I'm going to get something. All right. So here's the thing. I have a couple of collections of these. We were talking about Vue. A lot of the Vue vixens here. A lot of the people that are doing things on that project. So, I'm curious if any of you would be up for. There's Jen Looper. She did the card set. Joe. Natalia. Nitya. Sarah Drasner. Tons of awesome Vue.js work. I am not even shitting you. She was at Microsoft. She just went to Netlify. I think Netlify. And then Sarah here. So anyway, I got a few completely unopened decks. Right? Card decks here of the Vue Vixens. If you would like one, just whisper to me right now on Twitch your physical address, and I'll mail you one. Free. No charge. So just whisper it at me. I think you can just whisper at me. I don't know if we have to be like friends or whatever, but if we're not, just let me know and we'll be friends. And you can whisper it at me. And I'll get you a card set. They're pretty cool. I like them. I put them on my table, which everybody will see soon because it's my backroom dealing table. And I got a bunch of other stuff that I'm going to be giving away in the coming months. So, spread the word. Tell everybody to come watch my stream. And I'm trying to consistently also get it at 3:33 p.m. PDT, Pacific, whatever time that means, every day almost. I think maybe not Monday and maybe not Wednesday, but every other day. And sweet. Hey, my phone monitor is working effectively because I'm using a little iPhone here, right? And I can see the little private messages popping up. So it's doing something useful, but it's still not keeping the damn video in sync at all, worth a shit. So anyway, I will get those sent out to y'all probably here in the next, maybe tomorrow. It'll be either tomorrow or Monday or Tuesday, something like that. I don't do anything on Saturday or Sunday, but I'll be doing some music production this Saturday or Sunday on the Twitch stream because I finally got the damn RCA cables that I needed for my software and my guitar and all that shit to hook it up. It's going to be sick. Anyway, yeah. So I'll get y'all those card decks, and y'all will have swag from the View Vixens. And also, I don't know, I'll talk about this on another stream, but they have been doing interviews on other streamers' channels, and those have been a lot of fun because he got his kids to interview all of the View Vixens. But anyway, I digress. Fun things aside, let's see here. Where was I at? Some hard bass using players to try Russian and Russian guide. I don't trust none of that Russian stuff. What happened? Was it why was it hard? Did it just not work? Did the software crash? That's clear. Network. Oh yeah, that definitely happens with some of that music stuff. It's ridiculously convoluted, some of it, and the user interfaces are not a synchronous user experience. It's always like some rando shit that they decided to go with, or they make it look skeuomorphic, right? That's the other thing they do with music. So if it had a previous interface, like a foot pedal or a guitar or a piano, and you know how to do one of those things, it's easy. But otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, well, you know, worth a try, right? All right, so what's it doing? I'm gonna try to finish one thing here today. So there's the network. Clash of Iron by Viking Guitar. Did that? Oh, and then I wanted to check out the table. That's what I wanted to do. So table. Oh yeah, so if I refresh it, I have ID, username, and primary key includes ID and username. ID needs to be UUID. So if we come up in command here and go to Cassie, this should be the thing that I need to add to write to this thing. Holy crap, I forgot what I was doing here too. The problem with old code is it never looks readable when you look back at it. Oh, it is Ubuntu with... It's Ubuntu with a convoluted mess of a whole bunch of shit. Because I got like GNOME stuff installed. I got some weird Unity parts. The IDE itself, though, is Goland, which is the JetBrains Goland IDE. And it has the... Let's go look in settings. I'll remember what the name is. It's called... Material theme. All right, so it's following the material theme concepts. And like I can do, it's pretty cool once you install material theme in the IDE, then you can change between the IDEs like so. Oh, yeah, I had the funky standard old fonts on the code. So then I don't know which one of these do y'all like better? This one, or would you rather some bright ass theme like I don't know. What's your lighter theme Dracula Adam 1? Oh God, it's so bright. It's so bright. It hurts my eyes. I am forever damaged. It's your pale night theme. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's what we wanted, right? Something like that. Anything else? Solarized light theme. Solarized dark theme. Oh, that's even darker. Well, wait. If that did that, I wonder what the other one does. Solarized light theme. Oh God, it's like a dim version of utter brightness. Okay. Going to pale night theme. I'm gonna stick to this for now. Yeah. Whew. Okay. That's getting my heartbeat was going racing there for a minute. Sometimes I write in Goland. Sometimes I write in code. Sometimes I write with Vim. It kind of, I don't know. I usually use something different for the different projects. Just kind of go back and forth. That way I'm kind of familiar with all of them. So if I ever pair program with anybody that uses Vim, or if they use Goland, or if they use IntelliJ, or they use Visual Studio Code or Visual Studio, then I'm at least moderately familiar with their IDE. I don't know. If you get good without an IDE, you end up getting pretty badass. Sometimes IDEs can be as productivity limiting as not using a IDE, but they are pretty helpful. Like the refactors here. Like this is the kind of stuff that I love from this. I don't know of any that are this powerful would go. Like let's say I wanted to rename config. Just go in here and rename, and then say config thing. Hit enter, and it renames it everywhere it needs to be, right? Like, but I don't want to name that, so I'm gonna go back, go to refactor, just do a simple rename there, and just call it config again, right? And then the other thing I can do is like I can grab a chunk of code and then say refactor move, and I can move it to another file, another location, or like in an object-oriented language, I can move it to another class, which is a big deal. I mean, being able to move that and have everything remap accordingly and not break, being able to refactor like that is huge, especially when you're dealing with a really big project. Yeah, Atom and Visual Studio Code both have the Electron base, which can be weird. The crux here, though, is that the JetBrains IDEs all use Java user interface stuff, which is not particularly efficient either, right? But if you go into File, you can see Power Saver mode. So if you're on a laptop and you turn that on, it stops the indexing, which is pretty cool. Saves you a ton of battery power and cuts down on some of the memory-intensive stuff. But without indexing, you can't do some of the refactorings and other features. You either can't do them effectively, it slows them down a lot, or it just disables them because it can't keep an updated state of your code base. So usually I stay plugged in when I'm doing development. And where did the thing go? Did I just, wrong menu. Power saver mode off. There it goes. So now it's back on. Yeah, and that's Goland is a JetBrains one. The heaviest of them all, though, that I've seen is probably a hybrid between, well, not a hybrid. Visual Studio is the cake. That thing is like 9 gigs. It's a huge memory resource hog. They've made it more efficient over the last 5 years or so in a remarkable way, but it's still a beast. It makes everything else seem super performant. It's ridiculous. And yeah, the biggest thing that I love about the JetBrains stuff is hands down the refactoring. They've always been masters of refactoring. So anyway, speaking of all that stuff, I got this going. I've got it does build. I broke my Travis build, and I'm going to fix that later. But I got modules working. So that was one of the big things I wanted to do. Oh, now I can't. What? It's because there ain't no... That's because there's not one there. There is not a schema migrations module to go get. What are you even attempting to do there? Let's hear get. Let's get status. Yeah, I think most of all the heavy IDE stuff is just the fact that, I mean, it's doing like multi-level abstract parsing and continuous regex / parsing against text in all these files, and then mapping all these correlative build profiles and stuff against it. So, you know, a lot of that stuff's pretty hardcore. I just realized my audio is like crazy loud, isn't it? There we go. So now it's still spiking out or whatever. So now that should be good. How's that? Do I sound okay? I don't be like screaming and crackling at everybody. That sucks. All right. Oh yeah, I'm trying to. First migration table. Okay. And I kind of want to start working on the build again to get the build working, but I kind of don't want to do that right now. It's 530 PDT. I actually got a lot done. Got the environment set back up right. Got the IDE working. Got the IDE. Well, it doesn't even matter if I'm using an IDE or not. I could just do this from the terminal. We got here, and we got it. What is this crap? I'm not listening to that right now. Oh, it's something generating MP3s. My machine's been hacked for MP3s. Oh shit. Oh yeah. So codes. So now that modules is working, I can put my freaking things in here, which is beautiful. List, and then go build. Right. Oh yeah, see, so I don't know what the IDE was fussing about a minute ago. Like if I run my Twits app now, there's the help. Then I can do help. And see, yeah, same thing as that. And then I can do config, which gives me, yep, makes sure all my stuff's set. And then Twits parse will spit out and give me the, oh yeah, there it is. So if I look at this tweeters file, boom, there's the, oh, stop feeding me the results of the version. Yeah, so that's what I expected there. So that's working. And then, oops, Twits, parse, Twits, help. And then what did I have? Oh yeah, find them. So this doesn't seem to be working because something about a token. Oh no, now it's working. I think I had refreshed my keys that it just wasn't doing it fast enough. But yeah, so basically this goes and actually finds like these Twitter accounts, right? Angry Seattle, a Thrashing Code account, not myself, who's Bobby, also an awesome streamer to watch when he's streaming, Lena Droid, and then myself. It goes and pulls some stuff from the API using the Twitter API, using Go Twitter library, and then pull some other basic stuff here. So what I'm building custom in is something that does this right here. So it parses that text file, and then I can also get it to go out and find all the Twitter accounts just like that. And then the thing that I'm working on next is actually being able to write twits and then Cassie, and it'll basically take that parse file and it'll put all the content from the text file that's parsed into an Apache Cassandra table, which earlier I just, yeah, so something's broken in the code. I got to fix that. But In the code, earlier in the stream, I had just written up the stuff that actually does the schema migrations, i.e. starts a container with a Cassandra node, creates a key space, and then the table inside the key space that needs to be created to do the migration, or not the migration, the export of that parse data out to. So now I need to actually write the query that will insert the data from the parsed text file. So like right now, if I go into schema migrations, we'll just look at it in code real quick. So like I have my dev up here, which is, how do you go big or small? Is it, there we go. Yeah, so it just builds a network, right? Then it runs the container inside the network. So then my dev down stops the container, removes the container, removes the network, and that's it. It's done, right? The CQL files actually build out the key space and the migration, and I'm working on finding an automated way to do that, because right now I have to right-click and run and then do it. But the CQLSH shell that lets you issue CQL commands against the database, it is not working on my machine right now, so hot, so I haven't been messing with that. So that's the synopsis of this application. The idea also is that I'm going to work and build it up against some other APIs to pull other data, map things, and to be able to actually put Twitter users and accounts into usable groups. Right now, the groups on Twitter just kind of, not easy to use. But I want to be able to put users in groups that I can watch for certain things, like whenever they post meetups, or if they post food carts, or anything that I care about, like cool metal bands coming to play in Seattle, whatever. I want to know. I want it to be able to like monitor that, and then whenever it sees anything new from them, boom, it'll shoot me an email and like put like a consolidated little list together for the day or whatever. And then based on certain things, then I'd be able to, I could take an action or have certain automated stuff like, oh, awesome, glad that food cart's at blah, blah, blah address now. Maybe I can catch lunch there. Because in Seattle, the food carts move around a lot, and I don't always know where they are. And sometimes, like, I want some good Cajun food, and I want to know where you at Matt's truck. Like, where is it at? Literally, the truck is called Where You At Matt. So it can get confusing trying to figure out where Matt's truck, Where You At Matt, is at. And with this, I've basically automated 80% of the process. In addition to all that, it's a good example application. It shows you how to use the Twitter API using the keys, like the base keys for the account and all that kind of jazz. So I wanted to, one thing I want to do is stop saying all that jazz all the damn time. But I wanted to build an application that would provide good example material, example code in Go for that, along with a bunch of other stuff. In a week or two, when I kind of wrap up a little bit more of the functionality for this application, do a little bit more refactoring, I'm going to start working on getting ramped up to build an operator for Kubernetes. So that's going to be the next Go bits that I'm going to be working on. And also I work on C# and a bunch of other languages on here too, like Node.js, JavaScript, or JavaScript Node.js. And I say Node.js specifically to say that I'm usually not doing UI stuff with it, but I will be doing some Vue.js stuff in the coming weeks too. So let's see here. So I did that, and then let's see here, clear list. And what I really want to do now is do a dev down. There we go. So that's cleaned up. Looks clear. And I'm all done with what I was going to do for today from that perspective. And I nuked my note earlier, so now I don't have my note. But, oh yeah, remove that stuff. Did I just not? Oh, I just don't want that stuff. I'll remove tweeters. Oh, I have to. It's closer in name than I thought it would be. All right, cool. So got a good build. Got the environment variables set up to do the Twitter account. If you want to know more about the Twitter API and stuff, I actually set up I went through and showed the keys on the actual Twitter app via the developer.twitter.com website that you would have to go through and set up an app, etc., to be able to use that. And I showed the keys and everything on how to set it up. The keys, of course, are different because I rolled those since I put the keys in the stream the last time. But the last stream, whatever, 29, X0029 episode, had all those bits in it. If you want to check that out, it'll have all that pertinent stuff. And in this one, I just needed to get the environment set back up so I can start doing local dev instead of always running a virtual machine, because virtual machines just, with Docker dev these days, they just do not always cut it. So now I'm all cleaned up, just using my local machine, doing a little dual monitor action to make it easy for the actual stream itself. And I don't know, I feel like I'm all set here. I don't feel like there's any other specific thing to do here. Probably should actually set up my actual other monitor to do this stuff with, though. But we'll see. That'll be for next time. In the meantime, who should we raid? There's 5 of us. We're 5 strong, according to Twitch itself. But we should raid somebody. Where'd Chrome go? There's Chrome. Let's get Chrome in here and go find out what's going on. Yeah, raid time. Okay, let's see. We got Pocket Watch. Program is streaming his TV channel still. Who's indie horror dev? What is indie horror dev even? Whoa, that looks trippy. Oh, stop showing a damn ad. I'm trying to do something here. Hey, thanks for the follow, Higu. You're here just in time for us to raid somewhere. So, extra refreshers. Thanks for that. I'm a paid account. Why do I get ads? Can I just pay more and not have that shit? So that looks pretty cool. Doing some Unity development for horror game stuff. And then there's Jitspo. Whoa, what is Jitspo doing? Looks like he's kind of doing the same thing. Go Dot Game Engine. Go Dot. What? I don't even know what's going on there. Yeah. Thank you for the follow.
Okay, so basically, if he starts the attack, you can duck under it. But if you duck too soon or too late, you die.
I don't know. This looks kind of interesting.
Because then he punches down.
What do you think? What do you think, y'all?
Oh, you have triple jump.
Send me a whisper, and I will send you more contact info. Also, the easiest way to get in contact with me on a day-to-day basis for pretty much everybody is ping me via Twitter. I am Adron, A-D-R-O-N, on Twitter. And I will.
Do you want double jumps but not triple
damn
jumps?
Quickly that way. But yeah, feel free to reach out.
The way I handle it
talk
is
shop or whatever.
I've got.
Let's hear it. Program. Pocket Watch is doing stuff. Tim Boudet. Or Boudet. And then Ellie Face. What else? Anybody
Am I
else?
wrong with that?
Game's done quick. Laboratory.
What's the special case with 90 here?
Oh, this is.
I was watching some video this morning while I was crying into my cup of coffee. I was.
In that case, I would
over,
whisper to me, and I can shoot you my email address. And,
Joe Rogan was
send you some
interviewing
stuff.
an individual that evidently saw, apparently.
Where is Zorchheimer? What's he doing?
Carry set? No. I want branch and carry clear. Because the carry
yeah,
is set when it overflows.
Y'all up for that? Let's raid Zorchheimer.
I only want it to increment when it overflows, right? So if it's clear, I want it to jump over the overflow increment.
Here we go. Getting it going.
What can you do with a 400 plus?
On that note, the raid is beginning.
Right here?
So join in.
Yeah.
We'll all get going in a second.
A bunch.